It's Friday, March the 8th, 2024, and it's currently day one for the latest LG TV software update for the C2 and the G2 models. In this video, I'm going to go over what comes with the update as well as get it installed on my C2 after the intro. Welcome into the video, welcome into the channel. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Before I dive into the topic for today's video, which is the latest LG TV software update for the C2 and the G2, I want to cover a quick couple of things here. First of all, shout out to all the new subscribers that have joined the channel here recently. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy the content as we move forward. Really appreciate the support. And of course, shout out to the subscribers that have been with me for a long while now. If you're not aware, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, you want to help me get there, be sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell notification. Really helps out to support the channel, and I really appreciate it. And the second thing I want to talk about here real quick is the current firmware on my C2 here, which I'm going to pull up here real quick. Go over to support, software update, and I'm currently on 04.40.91, which at the time of filming this video, which is March the 8th, 2024, has only been out for 2 to 3 weeks now. But I wanted to touch on an issue real quick that I was having with this firmware that I'm hoping this next firmware is going to take care of, which is Bluetooth connectivity. Now, before I immediately assume it's the device or devices I have connected to this TV utilizing Bluetooth, I can tell you on prior firmwares, I had not one single issue, and the issue being dropouts. I have audio dropouts connecting Bluetooth devices. I have Bluetooth connectivity issues with audio dropouts on this TV since I have installed 04.40.91. Outside of that particular issue, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other issues that I noticed with this update. So if you're actually on a firmware version that's before this and you're waiting to see if it's safe to update to it, outside of Bluetooth connectivity issues, I really didn't notice anything problematic. But of course, look at my comments section. Usually in these videos, I'll have various people, subscribers to the channel, etc., leaving comments stating what sort of issues they had with the updates. A lot of times I don't experience the same issues, unfortunately, but it'll give you an idea of what sort of issues are out there for the current firmware version. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check to see if my particular C2 is receiving the update over the air. Considering it's day one, I highly doubt it. You could see here it's not showing me anything. I'm gonna go ahead and click check for updates. And as I expected, no updates found. So one of the things, if you're looking for a reason to potentially subscribe to this channel, I'm about to tell you what it is. So one of the things I like to do on this channel when I do these update videos is I like to get the latest firmware updates installed on my TV day one or as soon as they're available. And the reason that I like to install the update as soon as it's available to either download or install on the TV from over the air is because I want to show you if there's going to be any installation issues or if it's going to break certain features on the TV after installation. I like to put out videos letting you know what issues I experienced along the way, either during installation or post-installation, so that you can make an informed decision on whether you're going to go ahead and update your LG TV to the current firmware version. So as we've seen, the update has not been pushed to my TV over the air. However, I'm going to go ahead and install the update manually using this little USB drive right here. I've already loaded in the file onto the USB drive, and from here I'm going to go ahead and plug the USB drive into one of the USB slots on the back of the TV. If you've never done this before, I do have step-by-step video showing you how to manually update your LG TV. I'll be sure to card that in or leave a link in the description. And by the way, it doesn't matter what USB drive slot you use on the back of the TV. I've tried all of them and all of them seem to work just fine. Next up from here, I'm going to go ahead and get the USB drive plugged into the TV, and I'm going to go ahead and start the installation process. I'm only going to check back in from here if I encounter any issues during installation. If I don't pop back in, the next thing we're going to do is talk about what comes with the latest LG TV software update, which is software update 04.40.93. Okay, wanted to cut back in real quick. When you plug in the USB drive, once they're loaded with the firmware update files, this is the message you can expect to see pop up on your screen, which is actually what you should be seeing if the update is pushed to your TV over the air. So just wanted to show you this quick message. I've had some videos in the past here recently where I loaded the files onto the USB drive, I plugged it into the TV, and I was not seeing this message. If you're curious to know what those messages were, I'll either card it in or leave a link in the description to the issues I was experiencing when trying to manually update this TV. But this is the message to expect to see. If you see this message, you're good to move forward with the update. Just wanted to cut back in real quick as I'm getting ready to manually install the update on my TV. I wanted to show you something that is very different about this particular install when it comes to manually updating the TV. And the last couple of LG files that they've put on their website to manually download and install on the TV have been problematic. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it up here. I'll pop it up here somewhere on the window. But what's going on here is the actual firmware file is actually 2 files instead of 1 this time. So, and they're not the exact same. Okay, there's a little bit of different detail in them from what I can tell as far as size goes. So I'm a little concerned about that. There's nothing indicated whether I should just utilize one of the firmware files to install on the TV if I need to have both. I can tell you at the time that I'm recording this particular clip right here, I've actually pulled both clips into the file, and I'm going to put that in the TV, and I'm going to see if that works out. Now, you've already seen the clip of me after I've already inserted the USB drive into the TV, showing you the little message that pops up. That's with both firmware files loaded onto the USB drive. Now you're asking yourself, why is this a big deal? Because I've never manually installed an update on this TV with more than one firmware file on it. So I don't really know what to expect. Honestly, I'm a little concerned that something's going to, like having 2 firmware files in there is going to create some sort of issue during installation. I can tell you that if I do encounter any issues during installation, or if that causes a problem, I'll cut back in this video so that as you're watching this video and me doing this process, you'll know if you're going to manually update the TV, don't put both firmware files in the folder and then plug it into the TV and expect it to work properly. So from here, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and click yes on the installation process. Hope for the best. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, just a quick check-in here. I did click yes to proceed with the install. It didn't tell me it started the installation. What it did is it popped up that weird message where it's like, do you want to view files on the USB drive? Which was concerning because that's what I was seeing the last time I tried to manually update and had problems and couldn't manually update. As you can see here on the screen, it didn't let me know it started installation, but when I went back into software update, you could see the update is in progress. So far so good. If I cut back in before talking about what comes with the update, if I cut back in before talking about the details in the update, it's because it's caused an issue with the TV with those 2 firmware files on the USB drives. So fingers crossed, hopefully it gets all the way through and lets me know that I need to restart the TV in order to have the update fully installed. And then hopefully on the other side of that, when I power the TV up, everything looks good from there. Let's hope for the best. All right, I'm sorry I keep cutting back in here before getting to the details of the update, but had kind of a scary moment here. Once the progress bar completed with the installation, every single time I've updated this TV, whether it be over the air or manually installed, it tells me at the bottom, hey, the update's fully installed. In order to get it fully done, you need to restart your TV. It gives me the option, right? Like I don't have to do it. When the progress bar hit 99%, I didn't even see it hit 100. My TV just turned off. I mean, I was like, what in the world? Like it just turned off. Everything turned off. And I was like, uh-oh, is it done? Did it like fry the circuit board or something? I mean, real scary moment. But after about, I don't know, 10 seconds of my life flashing before my eyes, the TV automatically started to come back on. The WebOS logo in the background came on, which was kind of letting me know that it was starting from scratch. In other words, the update was being installed. And now we are on the other side of the update. I haven't done this yet. Let's go in and check and make sure the new firmware number is showing in the menu. So press and hold the settings button. Long pause there. Never like to see that. Go over to support, software update, and there we go. 04.40.93 is now showing in here. This is the very first moments that the firmware is on the TV and the TV's powered on. So I haven't had a chance to kind of navigate anything here to see if anything is different. I'm in real time here. I'm going to go ahead and click picture, check out the picture modes. Let's see how scrolling is. That feels good. Let's go into advanced settings. One of my favorite ones to try out is under color here. I'm going to go over to the white balance slider and let's go into color temperature and let's go ahead and drag this a little bit up. Okay, that feels good. So there's no lag there, no issues or whatever. So far, so good, I'll say, with this update. Real scary moment there. I've never had the TV automatically restart on its own. LG, if that's going to be a new thing moving forward, would have liked a little warning there, especially considering I have 2 firmware files on the USB drive from which I installed from. Really concerned that was going to create an issue there, and it still might. I'm not sure, but as far as installing the update and the TV powering back on and being functional, so far so good from there. So as I keep kind of teasing as I go through the video, next step from here, unless I encounter an issue here randomly, I'm going to talk about what comes with software version 04.40.93. All right, finally made it to the update details part of the video here for software update 04.40.93. And it was quite the adventure to get here, but let's dive into what actually comes with the update. And first thing you'll notice is improvement. LG, as always, I appreciate you letting us know you improved something, but why don't you ever tell us what it is that you improved? This is pretty much a staple of your updates, and by now you should have something, just a small little detail of what you changed. That'd be great. But besides that, for this update, we got fixing minor bugs in software. I got to tell you, this is one of the few times that I'm actually looking forward to this part of the update because of the Bluetooth connectivity issues I mentioned with the prior firmware. I am hopeful that some of the bugs that they're working on for this update covers that particular portion of it. And sorry for the lighting situation here. It's kind of a overcast, rainy day here today, and was hoping for some better lighting, but it is what it is, right? I guess I should invest in some lighting at this point, right? But anyhow, one thing that I want to ask for the comment section for this video is, I've noticed something on my prior update videos, which is there's a certain segment of you that will chime in the comment section letting everybody know that you're not going to update to this current firmware. And I get that. I totally understand. If you have a firmware version that you're not having any problems with it, I totally get why you wouldn't want to change from it. But my ask is, leave a comment below and let me know what firmware version you're on. I'd love to see what firmware version some of you are on. Like, are you 2 or 3 firmwares back? Are you more? I'd be curious to see what that is. But hey, if you've got a firmware version that has worked well for you, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So anyhow, as always, I appreciate you watching the videos. I'm going to continue doing this sort of content. I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy putting the updates on my TV day one and taking all the risk in the world that it's going to like totally destroy the TV. I enjoy taking that risk and putting these videos out. It's fun for me. And if you enjoy seeing the videos and you want to help support the channel, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers. It'd mean the world for me to get there. It's a big goal of mine this year. So if you want to help me get there and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you want to stay up to date on tech updates like this one here, be sure to turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss my future uploads. But with all that being said, until the next one.